We've been fairly eclectic in our time, and we did branch out. Whenever we got a little bit too far out, people started to moan and groan a bit, and I think what a lot of people wanted to see was a sort of almost a return to the sort of thickly textured guitar, drums, bass, and now I suppose, of course, keyboard synthesized lineup, and all the big harmonies, the big richly textured things. And now this album is really all about that. It's sort of a continuation of The Miracle, but I think it's a lot less poppy, and I think it's richer, and it's unusual, and we liked it all. And it happened to be the track that we'd named the album after. And I mean, we're definitely not trying to follow up Bohemian Rhapsody, because it's such a one-off anyway. I think that would be impossible. But it's very us, you know, those bitty, odd things, you know, the different changes in mood and tempo. And it's just a track I rather like. I rather like its sort of epic, cod epic quality, you know, quite amusing. And it has this sort of weight and heaviness. It's going to be using something which we haven't done too much of. It's going to be using a lot of animation techniques, and all different animation techniques, and with a little story to go with it, and sort of us, I believe, being featured as a sort of 4 different painting styles. Most of our videos tend to be extravagant in budget alone, if nothing else. We've been really recording this album on and off for over a year, just over a year, and I'm very pleased with it. Really, I enjoyed, these days I find myself enjoying writing at home a lot. But apart from that, musically, I really want to take a bit of a rest, actually. Because we've got this album done. I think I know Queen believe that it's one of the best things we've done, I think. I know they do. And I'd just like to rest a little bit now. I'm not very good at resting, that's the trouble. I have to go and, if I'm not down in the downstairs room writing or something, I'm sort of fiddling with things, or maybe buying pictures or something, and just sort of fiddling with the house. I have to be fiddling with something. So, you know, I mean, if I rest, I may maybe go away to ski or do some boating.
So, I mean, do you collect art, or is it just you just pick up things you like the look of?
Well, I do collect a bit, yes. I quite like some modern pieces. That's the process of growing up, really, I suppose, like any sort of marriage, I suppose. We still come a bit close sometimes. But then, you know, you do go away, and because we're a bit more grown up, you know, you get over your little small grievances. Oh, bust-up points are usually near the end of albums, when serious decisions have to be made, and about which songs, which interpretation, which way it should be done, etc., things like that.
Is that democratic?
Oh yeah, it has to be democratic, and it is democratic, actually, yeah. And I think to outsiders, I'm sure it must seem that Freddie is the sort of dominating person in the band, and he is very dominating, and he has a very important input, but we really do all have quite a say. We felt very strong together. We felt that the strength of the band was in the band. Freddie especially, as a frontman, we had somebody who can deal and who could actually communicate with the back row of a Wembley or whatever. We arrived in Budapest down the Danube by hydrofoil. Hundreds of people waiting to meet us, and they were very, very friendly. We had a wonderful time in Budapest, and I think that everybody that came to the Neve Stadium enjoyed themselves. They